Bonanza doesn't charge you for salad with your meal, even the second time around. Because at Bonanza, we want you to come back.
Do they play Magnum P.I.?
No, ma'am, they don't.
The morning stream. Don't eat that. It's Pluto.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It's the morning stream for Wednesday, April 2nd, and the year is 2025. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Good morning, Scott. Happy Hump Day to you.
Thanks, man. I like a good hump day. I'm going to embrace this one. I'm going to try to treat it like the hump that it is and, move past it as quickly as humanly possible and move on to my weekend, which is this upcoming weekend is just about the only slot of open time I've had in the last month where I might not have to I might not have to be pulled in 15 directions. I might be able to chill a little bit, spend some time with Kim, do a little bit of, maybe, we get one of the kids we get on one of the weekend nights because Taylor's birthday's coming up. Nobody say anything. I don't want to spoil the birthday surprise.
Oh gosh, yeah. Don't hope she doesn't listen to the show.
No, she does not.
Yeah, that's cool. That'll be good. Yeah, I know those weeks where it feels like you've got everything all piled on into 1 week.
Yeah.
And then you get a weekend. It's like I am not going to go out and do anything. We're getting some takeout brought in, whatever. I just want to sit on the couch and binge watch Love Is Blind 4.
Yep, that's what I want, and that is what that is what I'm going to get, whether anyone likes it or not. I'm going to chill this weekend. Yeah. I really actually kind of just freaking mentally need it. So
yeah, no, you got it's a requirement. You got to have your downtime. We are so constantly on, and usually it's just for our show recording times, but you actually had to be on yesterday for a lot more of the day.
Yeah, we did.
The evening.
I should mention that we had a little Tadpole meetup. Speaking of Hammond, he was there. It was fun to see him. And Brian, I don't know if you ever heard of this. I'm gonna put up an image here real quick. This is the famous Castlevania game, Castlevania Marble of Souls. And
Marble of Souls.
It's once again proof that Konami basically, there was a time before the pandemic where they kind of gave up on video games and they turned their attention almost entirely to like pachinko and parlor game crap and all that. This is sort of a remnant of that. It's just marbles dropping down a thing.
It's a rolly ball game where basically you just have to make it land in the highest point slot to get valuable prizes.
Yeah, that's it.
Quote valuable.
Yeah, and some of the other machines there are the ones that they got a bunch of marbles at the bottom, and you push them out, and then if you get marbles drop into the thing, it adds tickets to your card. So nothing's printing tickets anymore. It's all being added to your card account. It's all very Japanese. And half of this, so this place is called. It's wedged into the mall, but it's also available when mall hours are over. You can be in there till like 2 a.m. So it's like a separate thing, but part of the mall. And anyway, it's called Round One. And they have bowling and they have, lots of that kind of stuff. But they also have like a ton of arcade games. Now, they're not really into the retro scene. I wish they were. So there's not like old arcade games, but it's all new modern stuff. Lots of eight car racer mega monster setups, where it's like 5 cars and everybody's rumbling and moving, which I have a video to show here in a second that is absolutely ridiculous of me trying to drive one of those.
I didn't realize this was Round One. Okay, we have one of these near us.
Oh, is this a chain? I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. I want to say that we did a Tadpole event at this place.
Is there a big bowling pin for their logo?
Bowling, yes. Yeah, okay. So it must be the same place. Okay.
I'll bet this is the same place. I didn't know it was a chain. I thought it was like just here. That's great. The perfect place for this sort of thing, because you don't have to pay a cover to get in. You just decide if you're going to charge this card or not. So technically, you could just hang around this arcade, go to the little cafe thing if you wanted or whatever, and just pay nothing. And just watch people play games, or you can go in there and charge a card and do whatever. And it's, I think, $16 is the base, and it all the way up to best value at $55 and $100 and whatever for people who are crazy and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to show you just a couple of images here. Let's see.
It's funny. It feels like we're kind of teaching kids to gamble at a very early age with these claw games, rolly ball games.
Oh,
hit the
100%.
button right when the light is on the 1000, stuff like that.
100%. These claw machines are gambling machines. That's all they are. And also,
they really
KT
are.
Data, Kevin was there with us, and KT Data tells me, he goes, or no, somebody said, I guess it was Noel said, hey, you should ask Kevin about these. He knows everything about these. I said, oh, weird, interesting. I said, Kevin, based on what you know about these, are these fair? Is a claw machine just a claw machine and it's all just timing and, what factors? And he says, no, they're built to softly not grab hard enough sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes move a way you didn't intend and then drop and be a little shy of the target. And then once in a while, there's some timing thing you can set where, yes, this time it'll be accurate so people feel like they're winning. It sounds like horse shit. This is a scam, dude.
Yeah.
Bunch of scammy McScammer pants. I hated it.
And man, you go through Akihabara in Japan, and when, like, basically we walked down the main strip of Akihabara, and it was a whole venue full of claw machines, then a whole venue full of statues of anime characters in various stages of undress.
Sure.
Then a cat cafe, and repeat those three things over and over and over again.
Yeah, like it's the new thing, and I guess I'm supposed to embrace it. But there was some cool stuff. So there's this 8-player Space Invaders game.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
And so you can see everybody lined up. Amy's way over there. Hootie's over there. There's Chuck standing there. Brian next to me, the Utah Brian.
Chuck in the background. Chuck doesn't want to mess with Space Invaders.
Nope. Chuck Cam, everybody going on, even in real life. So that was really fun. Here's something. Let me tell you what I avoided. They had this game where they drop down these VR headsets and you put those on. Yeah.
Sure. Those are sanitary. Yeah.
Hell no. No. I'm never doing that.
Nobody's been going to the bathroom, not washing their hands, and then putting their fingers all over that VR
Exactly.
headset.
The freaking disgusting. So here's me and Hootie playing this racing game. Now, this doesn't really do it justice, so I'm going to try to... I think I can pull this into a browser window. Yeah, I think I can. Okay. Let's see. So I want to play... Wait a minute. All right. Okay. I'm going to try to play this for you guys. Oh, it's all effed. Hold on. Sorry. Let me pull that up.
Monica, it's not a cat cafe like we have a lot of over here where it's a coffee shop where they just let a bunch of cats run around loose and you play with the cats while you drink coffee. It's young Japanese girls dressed in maid outfits with cat ears that are bringing you cat-inspired treats and drinks, and I'm not at all complaining about it, but I'm just saying it's a very different thing than a local cat cafe.
Yeah, you're picturing a place with cats curled up in windows and letting the patrons pet them and all that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a maid cafe. That's true. Yeah, it's not a cat cafe. But the one we went to was a cat-themed maid cafe.
I think it counts. I'll
share the photos at some point again. I've given them to Scott at some point.
Yeah, I have them somewhere.
I'll share them in here again.
All right, here's video of me playing this awesome racing game, and you'll see why in a second. Here we go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my back hurts just looking at this thing.
It did hurt. I'm going to tell you right here, this had the worst back support of anything I've ever been in, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was so much
watching
fun.
it just wrench your back left and right. This is what old people look at, folks.
Yeah.
We look at this game and, you're 20, you're 30, you're looking at this thing like, oh my God, that looks so fun.
Yeah.
50-year-olds look at this and say, how much is my back really going to hurt after this thing? Is it worth it? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. How bad am I going to have to poo when I'm done?
Yeah, exactly.
It was it was really fun though. That thing is awesome. I forgot the name. Oh, Asphalt 9 Arcade Edition. I think there was an old game called Asphalt. There was an Asphalt series. It's basically a racing game. Anyway, if you have one of these and they have the little 4-car setup or whatever, highly recommend it. Here's the thing though. If you don't want to do the jerk around bit, just don't seat buckle. So there's a seat buckle. If you don't seat buckle, it just sits.
That's what triggers. That's a brilliant way of doing it.
Yeah, I agree. So you kind of know what you're in for with that. And it was fun. You just swipe a card, and I think Hootie beat me at that one, but then I won at the Mario Kart one, so that was cool. Let's see.
Hey, Warp Forge, if you're listening, maybe it's time to start planning the next Tadpooley beat up after TMS Vegas, maybe for May, and we do player one or round one.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Round one.
It's fun. It's not it's a low. What I like about it's low pressure. You don't feel like I said earlier, you don't have to spend anything if you don't want to. You can just kind of be there for the hangout part. But if you're into it, there's lots to do, including miles and miles of claw machines like these.
That's oh my god, yeah. That's what those places.
Do you want to see the sorriest pile of Marios you've ever seen? Look at these guys.
That looks like the Princess Peach OnlyFans page.
Yeah, right. She's under there somewhere, I'm sure.
Exactly.
But this
Brazzers starring Toad.
But what's that one you guys always tell me about? Bang Bus.
Bang Bus?
Yeah, Bang Bus.
Bang Bus.
So this is a weird one because they had all the Marios crammed in the corner, and then all these little plastic balls had little trinkets in them. But why pile the? I couldn't figure out what they were doing there.
I guess it's so that it makes it easier if you're going for a ball, a gotcha ball, then you just aim for those at that area. If you want a Mario, you just go in the back corner, and that way at least you're not trying to get a Mario that's wedged between a bunch of gotcha balls.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Here's another shot at the Mario Kart. This is fun.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, that was a great. You know what? That's basically just Mario Kart 8. There's like four. Here's my theory. There's like 4 switches in there. Or Switch hardware equivalent.
Sure.
Like it really is just the same engine. It's the same graphics. It's everything.
All hooked up to displays and then the steering wheel. Yeah.
They do a little bit of weird gamification of it where they add some power-ups you don't have in the home one. And there's some it's a quarter sucker. The idea is to keep you playing and putting more money in it. Here's my only beef. I won that game. And then... you'd think that if you had won a game of Mario Kart in the arcade, that means the winner at least would carry on to do more after that.
Oh, sure. Like get to continue playing, kind of like the old Water Thunder Ridge Racer, or whatever it was called, with the water-based one. Thunder...
not Tropic Thunder. Oh, that's going to bug me. I'm going to need to remember it. Something Thunder.
But there was that 4-player game where basically everybody else would have to play quarters. You got to continue playing because you won, but everybody else had to insert more money.
Yeah, and Nintendo's like, F off. We're not doing that.
Yeah, exactly. You want to play again? I don't care if you won. You pay again. You play again, you pay again.
I was super annoyed with that. But anyway.
Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder. Gosh, dang it.
Yeah.
Remember those games. But anyway, it was really fun. It was great to see everybody. Super glad everybody was able to be there. Got to hang out with the Robinsons a bunch. They were obviously on the show yesterday, and they're on their way back today. So
big thanks again to Amy for joining us for the episode yesterday. It was a blast.
Yeah, it was
great
super
having
fun.
you. She's already back home, it looks like. I see her in chat.
Oh, you guys back? Or are you still hanging out waiting for your plane, I wonder?
Still at the airport.
Might be. I don't know when they were leaving.
It really happened this time.
Yeah, I can't remember when they were leaving. I know Kevin was going to give him a ride to the airport, but I don't know what time any of that was supposed to go down, so I guess we'll find out.
Nice. Cool.
There was an Arctic Thunder as well as a Hydro Thunder?
I guess so. Yeah.
With like ice and that's
probably like snowmobiles instead of jet skis or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they're in the hotel packing. Okay.
Gotcha. All right. Very nice.
Make sure, if you need help, bring somebody over from the OCD place across the way, and you will have the most efficiently packed suitcase you've ever had.
Oh, it'll never be as good again.
Yeah.
Never.
You might even be able to get everything into your carry-on. If you bring
and also apologies to anyone whose name I didn't mention that were there yesterday. Cammie was there. Who else? I'm going to forget somebody. It's going to make me feel bad. But shoot. Oh, Jim and Robin Jensen were there.
The Jensens. Oh man.
Briefly, but they were there.
With every name you say, I get more and more jealous that I didn't just make the trek across past Green River and come play with.
Make that quick 12-hour drive. 10-hour drive, I guess, these days, and
exactly
hang out for one night at the arcade. It was fun though. It was really good, and I can't wait to do it again. All right.
Well, we'll do it again. We'll do it again in 26 days.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
At Player One, and it'll be retro stuff and no claw machines.
That's right. No claw machines, and you could even sit at a table and play a Genesis if you want to.
You could, yes. And you'll
Should
be
you?
drinking
But
smuggled in wine with Barry.
yeah, indeed. All right. Well, let's get to. I'm going to read one of these and then save the others for tomorrow. I think, for
All right,
timing,
fair
because we
enough.
got to get to Dunaway here soon.
Yep.
We got an email from BioCow, our old pal BioCow.
Yeah. Preston.
Yeah, good
nice.
guy. themorningstream@gmail.com, or you can send your messages to voicecast.app/TMS. That's also a place to leave your voicemails. He says this: Hey, Sergey and Bryn, the founders of Google.
Okay. I didn't get them. I'm glad you helped me with that one because I would have forgotten.
A couple of guys in their dorm making a search engine. That's us, all right.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, Sergey, I found this movie. I assume that's me because of the S. I found this movie called The Lady Eve from 1941, a screwball comedy starring Barbara Stanwyck and Henry Fonda. There's a scene with a tortoise in it, and as we know, tortoise live for. Is that how you say a tortoise? When plural is tortoise?
When there's multiple tortoise, I guess so.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
But you don't make it a hyphenated tort, EYE. But
I love it.
I thought tortoises. I thought you could basically say tortoises.
Tortoise, yeah, because tortoise or tortoise. Yeah, they. You know what? I think he's having a little moment. I like it though.
You say walruses, so why wouldn't you say tortoises?
Yeah, that's a good point. Nobody says horse eye for many horses. Anyway,
right,
Hori. Anyway, they live for like 1,000 years, so you can safely watch this movie knowing you can't say everyone and everything in this movie is likely dead at the end. You're welcome, BioCow. You know what? Hadn't really thought about it. There are going to be some wildlife or something where something's still alive, and like the take me. That girl, she's still alive.
Right. Zuzu.
Yeah.
Zuzu's petals.
Yeah. So
Sure.
sometimes you will find a live thing, whether it's a tortoise or a lady, and BioCow's right. Not everything is death and destruction.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, BioCow. We appreciate it. All right. Let's get to some fun Dunaway time.
Let me. Okay, we'll talk about this one too at the end of the show.
Yeah. We'll get down there.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, let's get him in here. Yeah. See. Yeah. All right, Dunaway coming in.
Otherwise, we're going to be playing Tadpooley Feud well into the 11 o'clock hour.
True that. Okay, we got Dunaway incoming, and I need a fourth caller. If you want to be fourth, ping me on Discord and be the fourth person live to be pulled into this game. If you don't want to play, well, then don't do it. But if you want to play...
What's the matter with you? Don't dial.
Yeah,
what's the matter?
You just message me. Yes, Stephanie, all of you, anybody, get in there. Who's going to be fourth? You'll never know until you show up.
Yeah.
Time for us to play the Tadpooley Feud, and joining us to do that is one Brian Dunaway. Hey, Brian, what's up?
No, hi, Scott and Brian. Is Hydro Thunder.
Yeah.
Don't make me scream it out loud.
Yeah, I know.
I could just about hear you yelling through the airwaves.
The vein on my forehead was throbbing.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I thought of you because I played a game that is supposed to be BummerMan. And it was so stupid, dude. Here, let me share some video and I'll show you this. So
it was a Dumber Man? What was it?
It's Dumbest Man.
Dumbest Man.
No, so here it is. It's called BummerMan Arcade. It has 8 slots. 8 people can sit around this thing. And I thought, all right, Konami, looks like you have an actual video game of this arcade. This will be great. Let's sit down and play some BummerMan Arcade. And if you look at the screen, and you see, this massive screen, you think, okay, I'm throwing bombs and doing stuff. This is the shittiest game ever made.
Aww.
And let me tell you why. I can have a reason to tell you why. You don't really play Bomberman. You have a stick and you have a button to lay bombs. But what it is like an aerial view, almost like you're a helicopter, and you're just throwing bombs trying to have the highest score. What they don't tell you is you get 10 bombs for your first credit use. And if you want to do more than 10 bombs, you got to swipe your card again to get more credits to freaking shoot more bombs. It's a piece of shit. I hated this game. I was so mad.
Man.
I was a massive Bomberman fan, and that just really...
Oh, absolutely. Especially BummerMan. Especially like multiplayer BummerMan. You could play like 8 players on some systems.
Yeah. The Saturn let you do 10. You know?
Yeah.
Like if they could do that with proper Bomberman, and there was a Bomberman Neo Geo game, Neo Bomberman was fantastic. It played in the arcade. There's no reason we can't have a proper Bomberman experience. But Konami's like, how can we get more money and make it shitty? Anyway,
how can we get people? But we talked about it the other week with Rampage. It's kind of the same idea. You shrunk down to a little small person, so that if you were playing 3-player, the other 2 people would come eat you. Then you had to reach in your pocket and grab the coin. So nothing new under the sun here.
No,
but screw Konami.
Exactly, screw Konami. But do not screw the following person I'm adding to the call, who I think we have not had on here before.
Oh, good.
This is Jarf. We'll see if Jarf answers. Jarf. Hello, Jarf. Can you hear us, Jarf?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, it's good to have you, Jarf. We haven't had you on before, right?
No, you haven't.
Is your name short for Jeff, or is it like a take on Jeff?
Yeah, it's the take on Jeff. I'm the Grandmaster Jarf that sends in their weird requests all the time.
Oh, very good.
Mr. Jarf, sure.
Are you related to Snarf?
No, but I love Thundercats.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. That makes sense.
Barf?
That makes sense.
Yeah, do you like
Snarf?
Barf? Barf's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Spaceballs like the next person, but still.
Sure.
We got one of us on the phone. This is great. Well, it's good to have you here, Jarf. We're going to play this game. Brian's going to tell you what you might win, and then Dunaway and I are going to vie for who gets to be your partner. Take it away, Brian.
All right. It's time to play the Tadpool Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool, or Urveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics. And Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. It is their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Jarf, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you get a prize package that includes games we've been trying to give away for a while, but nobody seems to be good enough to win them. Checkmate Showdown and Slaycation Paradise.
Nice.
Slaycation Paradise.
Paradise! Boston Paradise!
Yeah, that's great. Dude, he knows all our references. Jarf's perfect for this. This is great.
He is perfect for this, and I think you guys will have fun with this one. So, with that, please carefully place your hands upon your buzzards and give your best answer to this. We asked 435 Tadpoolers, who is your favorite Canadian celebrity?
Oh, dadgummit.
God.
Oh,
How do you still beat me?
It didn't ring.
All right.
Oh, I have my thing muted. Apologies. There was a ring there, everybody.
I heard it.
Sorry, Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, show me.
Nice,
Mike
nice.
Myers.
Okay.
Number 6 answer on the board. 5 answers will beat it. Brian, who is the Tadpool's favorite Canadian celebrity?
How about Michael J. Fox?
Oh, I didn't know he was Canadian.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, totally Canadian.
Show me.
Why do you think he's so
You
nice?
gotta get back to 1985. Number 5, appropriately
Look
enough.
at that.
Apparently-
Just
Well, who's
barely
at the
beat
top?
it. That's all it needs it. So Brian, you get Jarf as a partner, and you get control of the board. And now it is your turn to try and knock out these other 8 answers that we have up here.
Let's do it.
And this is
Let's
an
do
actor or no celebrity? Okay, I got to remember
Celebrity, Canadian celebrity.
because that does not necessarily rule out non-actors, right? Could
It
be-
doesn't. No.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily rule out anything that the Tadpool might
It doesn't
say.
It doesn't even rule out non-Canadians because it's the Tadpool.
It's a good
Really.
point.
That's true. That's true. Who played a famous Canadian?
Right, exactly.
All right, Jarf. Jarf, you got a Canadian in your head?
Yeah, go with the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne
Wayne
Gretzky.
Gretzky. Yes, that's a great one. You're right.
He is
You're
the great
right.
one. Yes. All right. Show me Wayne Gretzky.
Number 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strike number 1.
Damn. Okay.
Surprisingly, not even mentioned Wayne Gretzky, even though you don't find a whole lot of sports ball loving people, sports puck loving people
But
in the.
we grew up. I mean, you couldn't avoid, even if you didn't do
Yeah,
sports. I mean, when we were growing up, it was all about the Gretzky.
No, he
So
was
that's
Wayne.
amazing.
He was the Michael Jordan of hockey. There was no avoiding it.
Absolutely
Yeah,
was. And Mike Myers even had him in one of his movies. So,
That's right.
maybe
And he was the St. Louis Blues for about a hot second.
I didn't know that. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I played for the Blues.
He left the Kings, went to the Blues, and then went to some other team. So
I had
Yeah.
no
Well,
idea.
There you go.
Jeez, the Blues almost had something there. Good luck to him. All right.
All right, so let's go over to Scott. Now your choice.
All right.
to pick
I'm
some.
going to say
Maybe don't choose Jacques Plante forward for the Montreal Canadiens.
I know there's a lot of love for John Candy in the world, so I'm going to say John Candy.
Oh, that is such a delicious one. Yeah.
We did mention Barf a minute ago, so sure, why not? Show me Barf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Candy, number 3, giving you
Smart.
9 points now.
I'm gonna stay with SCTV for a minute, and we're gonna talk briefly about Eugene Levy. Hopefully, is on this.
Oh,
that's a good
sure.
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Shit. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Show me. Show me Eugene Levy.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow, so
number
slow.
9.
You scared me.
Big points. I know. Sometimes a lag on this thing. 9 points. Taking 18 right now.
the lag's kind of fun because it's like it makes you wait. You know.
Yeah. It's got
Technically, he wasn't Mr. Shit, right? Because it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
His
No.
last.
Still,
say Drake.
what'd you say? Drake? No, hell no. I'm not saying
Say
Drake.
Drake.
F you. I ain't saying Drake to nobody. Let's do Norm Macdonald. I want him to be on here.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
If he isn't up here, he deserves to be, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Show me Norm Macdonald.
Wow,
Number
you
8.
are killing us.
Yeah,
Killing
I
us.
6 points.
I like the Canadians a lot.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Jarf.
That's all right.
Let's stay with SCTV and go with. I think he was Canadian. Yeah, it'd have to be Rick because he's Bob and Doug. Rick Moranis. Moranis.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
Sure. I mean, he's Bob
Yeah.
McKenzie. Show me Rick, Honey, I Shrunk Moranis.
Oh, what?
Number 11.
Oh,
Bonus guess, but no points.
even
for that
got
one.
the bonus. Man.
Holy shit. All right, I'm going to change gears and go with William Shatner.
Oh, man. That's such a
Jesus.
great one. Yeah. He is the great
All right.
one.
Yep.
This is a great one. All right. Show me Bill Shatner.
That he's
Number
going to
7.
Mars.
Is he?
No, he's not.
He
that the
would.
plan?
He would.
Nobody helps him.
He's been running some wild games on the social media. You'll have to check it out. I love me some
Really?
William Shatner.
Yeah, he's doing great. I don't think he's going anywhere,
Yeah,
though, is my thinking.
Yeah,
I mean, he just turned
well,
95,
we'll see.
didn't he? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, okay,
Oh,
Scott. So you're gonna have to
Jesus.
run the board at this point because I think you're
Totally.
killing
Yeah,
me.
you've
Jarf.
won. You've mathematically eliminated Brian winning
Jeez.
via points. But yes, if you get these last 4 answers, and you guys have 5 strikes between you, I believe in you. I believe you can do this.
All right.
Right.
Let's see what we can do.
But
Let's.
Scott, you still have control. So
I would say William Shatner. William Shatner, what are my chances?
Oh, Jesus.
See, he's not confident in my ability to pull this
that
off.
is not. Oh, geez. Yeah.
I believe. That's dangerous. Hold on.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, we can do. Let's do that. Ryan, I always forget he's been there.
Yeah, well, that's right. We might as well all get in together.
No, we
That's
can
right,
work
that's right.
together on.
Might as well.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I guess at this point, yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Ryan
Drake.
Reynolds. Let's get him in.
Say Drake.
No,
Show me that Deadpool.
number 1.
Oh yeah, right there, number 1
There you go.
by a mile. My
I'm
gosh.
surprised by that. I didn't.
We might as well.
I knew
might
he
as
was
well
from
share
Canada.
everything Then.
I knew he was from Canada,
Yeah.
but I didn't think it was that like big of that much knowledge
You know,
about it.
The this survey went out in the fall, so right after Deadpool Wolverine. So because popularity with tadpoolers was on the rise there.
If I asked you,
Wait.
if I asked Brian Ibbett, the host, if
Sure.
there's any musical talent on here, would he be able to say yes or no?
Oh, well, I totally would tell you that I'm not going to tell you if there's any musical talent.
Damn it.
But I'll tell you who's got a little musical talent,
Who?
and definitely Canadian, very nice, and everybody loves him. Keanu Reeves. I'm just saying.
Oh,
you
Keanu
were-
Reeves. Yeah.
If you were looking for something.
30 odd foot of grunts, right? Was his band?
Yeah.
Or dog.
Star.
What is
Dog
that?
Star.
Dog Star, and he still
Oh,
tour-
it's Dogs. That's right. It's Dogs.
he still performs, I think, with them, or still does gigs and stuff. Anyway, yeah, let's do it. I like that little Keanu on there. Never hurt nobody.
Sure. Show
little
me
Keanu.
a little Keanu.
Oh,
Number
Keanu.
2.
Okay.
2 answers left. Oh
That's what
my
we got here.
gosh.
So we can look at.
That's right.
Jeff.
Russell Crowe's 30 odd foot of grunts. That's right. Thank you.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Russell
Giving
I
it
didn't-
a chew.
I didn't know Russell Crowe played in a band. I had no idea.
Yeah.
He sang, or what would he do?
He throws phones at the drums.
There you go.
He's percussion.
Phone percussion.
That's right.
Okay. Oh man, this gets weird now.
All you gotta do is just think of the
now
nicest
we're in the
people in
weeds,
Hollywood, and it's just really as easy as that.
All right, so if I look at, I'm now looking at the chat because we're all in this together. There's things like Martin Short, Drake, Bubbles is not going to be on there. I wish he would. Rush.
They talked about Alanis Morissette.
Oh yeah, Alanis Morissette, her
yeah.
Jagged Pill, and all that. Oh, that's probably as close as you're gonna.
And she stayed in America for a lot, right? I mean, she didn't.
Well, they all
came
did.
down a lot.
They all did.
Yeah.
Everybody we've mentioned here basically lived here, or does still. You know what? How do you guys feel about Alanis Morissette? We got a lot of X's left, so we're probably okay to try it.
I'm down with that. But I also like Dan Aykroyd if you're gonna have the comedians and stuff. But yeah, let's do it.
You
sure, Scott?
I forget he's
Play
Canadian. He's grosser. Let's go. Let's go Alanis Morissette for my guess, and then we'll see where we go.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Show me Alanis Morissette. You gotta try.
You gotta try.
That's very ironic.
This is very ironic. Number 18 on the list was Alanis Morissette.
It's more
I
ironic.
got one hand in my pocket, and the other one is pressing the strike key.
There you go. Perfect. I think all our big hits have been covered now. We've done it.
Right.
Yep.
All right, Chuckleheads. What do you got? Don't say Drake.
No, wait. Don't say Drake. Say Drake. I got Jarf. We got. I think the two I'm thinking of is going to either be Dan Aykroyd or Matthew Perry. That's my. Dan
Aykroyd sounds
comedy.
good.
Yeah, I like Aykroyd.
Let's do Aykroyd. Yeah.
Dan
Blues
Aykroyd's
Brothers.
a Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, we
Jim
didn't
Carrey's
think of
also
Jim
a good one.
Carrey. That's a good
Ooh.
one.
All right, Jim. What do you think? I'll let you go, Jarf. Pick it.
Let's go Dan Aykroyd.
All right,
Dan Aykroyd. Let's do it.
All right. Sorry, I was responding to something Jeannie said. Jeannie posted a correction. I'm saying, you know what? Put that in the well actually that we'll use on Friday. We have a well actually board on the Discord server that we use now for corrections.
Yeah.
So,
although I would make a request to people using the well actually board. Try to keep it to just the well actuallys and not like 40 miles of conversation.
Exactly.
Because I can't
no more
find
animated
it.
GIFs.
Yeah.
Just, exactly.
We almost need a form or something where they can just submit one, or I don't know. We got to figure that out because right now it's like impossible to dig through that thing. We'll make somebody do it. Maybe someone will do it for us. I don't know. Anyway, so you say Dan Aykroyd, do you?
I said Dan Aykroyd. Yeah. Show me Dan Aykroyd. Number 19. Right after
19.
Alanis.
Number 19.
Let's say Snow.
I'm a Snow. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Jim Carrey because I do think he's probably here. It's got to be.
Yep. All right. Show me Jim Carrey. Also musical talent in that one too. Number 4.
We got one
got
left,
a cover
guys.
of him doing "I Am the Walrus," Jim Carrey. Plus, if you saw Cable Guy, you saw him singing "Somebody to Love" by a little known band called Jefferson Airplane.
Was that your Jim Carrey? I like that.
That was my Jim Carrey from Cable Guy.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I actually really liked it.
That was some.
One answer left. Number 10, the most difficult answer on the board.
We're getting a lot of Martin Shorts in the chat. It feels pretty.
I love Martin Short.
Pretty solid, right? Like
we got a lot of comedians up here, right? A little nice actors, comedians,
Yeah.
a little bit of funny guys. Yeah.
There's also, if I remember correctly, Jeopardy's Alex Trebek was Canadian, I believe.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't think he's on there though. I mean, my personal. Whose turn is it now?
Yours.
It's your turn.
It is,
All right,
your turn.
I'm gonna go with
Say
Martin
Drake.
Short. Let's see Martin Short happens.
All right. Show me Marty Short. Whoop, whoop. There it is.
Really, you guys
Yeah.
disappoint me.
Number 13. Martin Short, very close to being in the top 10.
Boo! I say boo.
One
Jarf.
answer left for each of you, or one
Oh my
one strike
gosh.
left for each of you. So, which I guess
What do you
does
think?
mean one answer because your answer is either going to be right or a strike. So
Right. True story.
this is a tough one because I'll be honest, I have not seen people in the chat
Really?
say this person.
Oh
yet.
my.
Yet 8
All right,
people had him in the
It ain't Drake,
scrolling
man.
through. No, it is not.
Wow.
Yeah, let's see. I mean,
It's not Chad Kroger, everybody.
it's not Chad Kroger. Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
And yeah, I'm scrolling back, and I'm amazed that
Nobody really.
I think that James Cameron was a Canadian. He's a filmmaker, James Cameron. Avatar, all that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
How about if I, a lot of these people saying Drake, in a weird way, that's really close to answer number 10.
Oh, so
Lord.
it is Snow. I tried to tell you.
Who's Snow? Is that another rapper?
That was the other rapper head Informer.
Oh, that guy, right.
He was Canadian's Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Don't say Snow. Don't say Drake. Don't say Snow.
Definitely not Neil.
So maybe Justin Bieber, because he's
thinking Drake, though. Don't necessarily think about
Justin Bieber musical. Maybe?
Well, hold on. Go ahead.
Think about music, or even
wow.
Drake.
What is the common? Wow. What is? Don't
think
even
think about Drake, the last name, by chance.
Drake's got a last name.
Well, he did before he changed it to just Drake, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know enough deep lore about Drake. I say Drake, but I don't know his last name. What the hell? What is?
Maybe think of somebody who would have the last name Drake.
Oh. Okay.
Oh shit!
Wow. Tom Drake.
The guy they called the Drake on Seinfeld.
Maybe even not a.
Wow, I mean, you were practically handed this to us.
I know, I really am. I really want to give these prizes away, and I
still can't get it.
I feel bad, but
even it may not be a real person. You say?
May not even be a real person.
What?
Draco Malfoy.
Or an
for Sir Francis Drake.
Oh, really? Malfoy?
Why does the name
No.
Bobby Drake come to mind?
Bobby Drake?
It was Iceman.
Interesting.
Drake O'Malley.
Hey, Funktastic might be on the right track.
Nathan Drake is Canadian. Nathan Drake.
Oh, yes. I guess that's right. Yeah.
Well,
so from
maybe
our
Nathan Drake isn't, but
his character
kind of inspired him, or sounds like him, or.
Are you talking about the voice actor?
Harrison Ford?
Keep looking at the chat. The chat is really helping you right now.
Oh,
okay.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan
Oh,
Fillion.
say that. Say that. Yeah.
Nathan
Oh
Fillion.
my God.
I didn't know he was Canadian. I had no idea.
Nathan Fillion, it drug us across the finish line this week.
Kicked you. You guys were lying on the ground, and I kicked you across the finish line. Show me Nathan Fillion.
The new Gary Gardner.
Damn.
I would have never gotten that.
I know. And the fact that nobody in the tadpole had said Nathan Fillion during this entire thing made me like, oh, geez, they're not going to get any help towards that one. And,
what was going on with Nathan Fillion during the time of this survey that had him on people's minds?
I don't know. Probably the trailer for the Superman movie came out.
That's what did it.
Gardner and
I just don't think it's all that well known. Well, being in 10th place means that somebody knew it, but the fact
8 people said him.
8 people knew it.
8 people said that he was their favorite.
I had
celebrity.
no idea he was from there. No idea.
Continuing down the list, number 12, Bo Schwartz.
That's sweet.
Number 14, Ryan Gosling. 15 was your Alex Trebek. Then Colin Mockery, Phil Hartman, Dave Foley, Geddy Lee, Jared Kiso, Kiefer Sutherland, Catherine O'Hara, Gordon Lightfoot, James Doohan, Jeff Sire, making it up in the top 28.
Nice,
right
Jeff.
there.
How you like that, Jeff?
The Biebs, which you almost went with, was number 29. Michael Cera, Neil Young, Rick Mercer, Tommy Chong, and Alan Thicke, rounding out your ones with
Tommy Chong is Canadian?
Canadian?
Yeah, Tommy
didn't know
Chong
that.
is Canadian. Yeah.
What? All right.
Continuing down the rest of this, Alex Lifeson, Avril Lavigne, Brendan Fraser, Bruce Greenwood, Kara G. That's the character, not the actress.
Yeah.
Celine Dion. Chris Jericho, Dana Carvey, Dwayne Johnson, Jewel State, Justin. I know, the Canadian rock, I guess. I don't know. Jewel State, Justin Trudeau, Laura Vandervoort. She's somebody's favorite Canadian, Laura Vandervoort.
I don't know who that is. Should I know that person?
She was Supergirl in Smallville.
Exactly.
Oh. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I liked her. Okay.
Yes,
she's cool.
Oh, yes, and she was in that V remake too. She played Marina Baccarin's daughter in that.
That's right.
Leonard Cohen, Michael Bublé, Mr. Dressup, Neil Patrick Harris. I don't think he's Canadian.
I don't think so. Seems Canadian though, doesn't he?
Paul Rudd, Robin Williams, Sandra Oh, Sebastian Bach, Seth Rogen, Shania Twain. People are just making things up now. Simu Liu.
No, those are all true. Those are all real.
Those are all true?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it? They all always show up in Simu Liu I knew was because he's in that those Canadian shows, Kim's Convenience. But also they mentioned Sebastian Bach. He's the Skid Row guy, right? Yeah, he's in a ton of like the Trailer Park Boys episodes. He's freaking fantastic.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's really good.
Tom Green, Trisha Helfer, Will Arnett, Will Ferrell, and finally Wolverine.
Oh yeah,
not Hugh Jackman, but the character.
The character Wolverine. Yeah,
I thought he was Australian, according to the '90s cartoon.
Yeah. Want a piece of fruit?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I never thought about it because that was weird in that cartoon, right? But then they did give Hugh Jackman the job, who is Australian, doing an American accent. Yeah, I didn't realize. I never put those two together.
To America, you could be Canadian or Australian. It's all the same to us.
I cannot believe. Wait. Oh, no, Norm Macdonald was on here. I was thinking I was supposed to be disappointed by something, but he's on there. Oh, no, Martin Short I was sad about. Did he make the deeper list?
He was 13th. He was really close to the top.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Now, am I wrong, or am I thinking that the voice actor for Nathan Drake in one of the games was Nathan Fillion, or was it just that he kind of inspired the character's look and...
Everyone thought he looked like him, so they wanted him to be in the movie.
That's what
but then they made a short
fan film. Like they did
they did a little short fan film, and then everybody was like, but then they missed their opportunity because everybody got too old and stuff. But yeah, he would have been a great Nathan Drake. Would have been perfect.
He would have been perfect. Yeah.
Yep. Instead, we got Tom Holland, who's fine.
Still somehow got you there. Hey, that means Jarf, you got yourself a copy of Checkmate Showdown and Slaycation Paradise.
Yes, well done. We finally found a home for these games. That's great.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your big win there, Jarf?
It makes me want to go watch Fifth Element.
Oh, who doesn't want to watch that? Everybody does. Well, I'll play this for you.
Congratulations.
And I'll play this for me. Because technically I lost, if you think about it. I mean, I won, but I lost.
Yeah.
The score says 50-5, so technically... I think you still won.
Yeah. Everybody wins today. Congratulations, Jarf. It's good having you on, and you're always welcome to try again. Thanks for being today's 12th caller, and may the win be to your back, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Bye now.
Yeah.
See ya.
Unless you're farting.
Unless you're farting, and then we'll have to win and be nowhere near you. Hey, Dunaway. Hey, guess what? Friday, you and I getting together, playing something that's near and dear to your heart. And also, I guess this is a good thing to mention to Ibbot because I'm not sure he'd heard of these, but they're right in his wheelhouse. So tell people what we're covering this week.
I've been super excited to talk to Ibbot about this because it is a Marvel connection. Marvel Comics during 1984, there was a game called Quest Probe. Featuring the Hulk and several other. Yeah, there was like 12 of them playing.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And the first one did so badly, they only did one, right?
No, not true. They actually did 3, and the reason why they stopped is because of the video game crash in the United States, which this company existed in. And so, so it's all text adventures, but it has these nice little graphics at the top. And that was magic to me on my Commodore 64 back in 1984, seeing the comics that I was reading come to life digitally, even in still pictures, and really shitty. But
I want to say we had one of these. Did they make it? They also made it for the 2600, didn't they? Because I could have sworn
they did not make it for. They made it for the 8-bit computer. So if you had an Atari 5200, you could have played some of these 8-bit computers. Yeah. ZX Spectrum. A lot of the 8-bit computers ran this.
You
had the Timex Sinclair,
maybe.
Right.
The Timex Sinclair. Oh my gosh! I forgot.
God, the Timex Sinclair, the tiniest little computer keyboard on that thing.
Yeah. I played it on the European version, the ZX Spectrum. I got a replica called the Spectrum, and I played it this week on it. And those rubber keys. That was fun.
Yeah, the rubber keys are freaking bad, man. It was not a good time. By the way, there's your Spectrum. That thing was so little.
crappy membrane keyboard too. So not only was it small, you had to press hard on those little membrane clickety clackers to be able to type anything.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Like those things were like half the price of most computers at the time, though. So if you had to get it, and it's interesting how you had to type on them because there's a lot of function keys where you have to hit a button and then it does a type out load or list or whatever. Yeah. But interesting experience doing a text adventure.
PC load letter. Love letter.
PC load letter. Hey Brian, I'm going to reach out to you. I need some advice. I want to hook up my 2600 to my actual 2600 and check these games. So I'll talk to you about what I need to do an RF modulator connector thing to HDMI.
Absolutely. There's I've got several.
In exchange for your help, I'm going to let you pick any boxed game out of this 2600 box I found.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Now you're talking my language.
Not Yara's Revenge, though. I'm keeping Yara's Revenge. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, it's because
you probably already have 8 copies.
Yeah, but it's also the only good Atari game ever made. So let's put it.
Was.
I disagree. Pitfall's pretty good. Pitfall's pretty good.
That's about as much sound difference you got out of that machine too. It was either just or and that was about all you had. Anyway, there you go. Hey Dunaway, it's good talking to you. We'll do this again next week, and of course on Friday, Play Retro 1:30 Mountain Time. Go to frogpants.com/play retro to learn more. Kiss our butts.
No.
I got him.
Kiss our buttocks.
I got him. All right, we're going to do one news story, and then we're going to take a break.
Okay.
So here we go. News is now. Today's news brought to you by
Daily Music Headlines, where you can find the show at dailymusicheadlines.com, where today we're going to talk about Roger Daltrey. I say we're going to talk about. I've already recorded it. Roger Daltrey of The Who going full Tommy, Skrillex's new album, and Apple's new ambient music feature, which I tried out this morning, and it's kind of cool, actually. And way much more on that. That was not grammatically correct, but you can find grammatically correct Daily Music Headlines by going to dailymusicheadlines.com.
Go check it out. Get your daily dose. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a story about a goat. I like a good goat story, so we're doing a goat story. Yeah,
sure.
It's good stuff. Goat opens a gate, lets the kangaroo there loose in South Carolina. I should have left Dunaway around for this. Maybe he needs to be on the lookout for the loose kangaroo. I don't know.
Sure.
But police in South Carolina rounded up an escaped kangaroo, which turned out to have been released by a mischievous goat. Aren't they all?
Oh, those damn goats.
So funny. We were just talking about goats last night in the car. Pregnant goats, me and Chuck. Mm-hmm. And how goats and sheep do not look right when they're pregnant. They just look like they're broken.
Bulbous, like you like you stuck a basketball onto the side of an animal.
Yeah,
basically.
And it's almost like two of them, like two big water tanks on the sides.
Yeah,
like giant,
right.
like blown out testicles or something, just kind of hanging off the edge, and they waddle. Yeah. So it's like you look at it and go, that animal is going to die. There's no way that's just going to have a baby and live, but they do. So. They had square eyes, so what do you expect?
Fair enough. Oh, so weird.
So weird. The Horny County Police Department. That looked like an M there in the middle.
I live in Horny County.
Said on social media that the 4th Precinct Patrol Division responded to a neighborhood where a kangaroo was seen on the loose. That must have been pretty freaky, seeing a kangaroo rip through your neighborhood. Yeah. It says the officers returned this pouch potato pet home.
Return this pouch potato pet home.
Pet home. I don't know what that means.
So I guess they're calling the kangaroo I was trying to figure out, all right, are they calling it a pouch potato? But they're calling it a pouch potato pet home.
I don't get it.
So,
like pouch potato versus couch potato. I get the joke.
Yeah, because he's got a pouch on the front of him, and he's somebody's pet, so he's a pouch potato pet.
You know what this proves? Cops can't be funny. That's what this proves.
It really, yeah, exactly. They worked more on coming up with that than they did catching the kangaroo.
Yeah, you can tell they're trying to be a hoot here, but I don't think it worked.
Yeah. Why is somebody in South Carolina owning a kangaroo? This feels like it's got to be illegal.
Well, it's from the zoo, so I got to escape from the.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Then it's not a pet.
Yeah, not a pet at all. That's why I think that's weird, right? Well, anyway, It says the animal's owner, Lindsay Richardson, said she had woken up. Oh, it did have an owner. My bad. I thought,
yeah.
You know what? I'm confused about which animal they're talking about. Are they talking about the goat or the freak? Is the goat the pet or is the kangaroo the pet?
They really don't even like this article really focuses on the kangaroo. Okay, so
it must be
she
a
owns
pet.
both a kangaroo and a goat, and the two of them hatched a plan together.
They're in the cahoots then.
Yeah, there was a whole montage, by the way, where they talked about, the inside man. And they showed a little freeze frame of the goat looking back at the camera and then says the mark.
Yeah.
And it's a picture of Lindsay Richardson looking around.
With some really cool music that's kind of got a...
Right.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, man. I love a heist movie. You just described every heist movie, and I love them all.
It's the best, yeah.
Anyway, her neighbor alerted her to this exotic pet that was loose. Richardson said she had to go out go out in her silk pink pajamas to help police wrangle the loose roo. Ah, the poor thing. That's a weird
Somebody
detail.
paid by the word.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to include. I don't know why they had to do that.
You were in your pink pajamas trying to get this pouch potato pet home. Why am I Australian? Because it's a kangaroo, of course.
That's all right. It's better than the goat accent. I don't know what a goat accent would be, so you're fine.
Run, you're free.
Yeah. Get out while you can. Richardson later determined the kangaroo had gotten out thanks to her goat unlatching the gate. So the case is closed. All the perpetrators have been punished and sent to a Salvadorian prison without any due process. Just kidding. I made that part up. I wish I could make it up in real life. Anyway, hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back from this break, we will spend some time with Nicole Spagnuolo. Not Randy, because he's on vacation. And he ain't doing it today. But we are going to have a recommendals. It's going to be great. So stick around after Brian plays this song. What do you got?
I have got a brand new song from the band Late Night Drive Home. They have a brand new album called As I Watch My Life Online, and this is the first single. It's called Terabyte. These guys are actually starting, they're going to be doing a big tour this summer, starting in Austin, then going around the U.S., going through Salt Lake City, where they're going to be performing at Soundwell.
Ooh.
Denver, they'll be performing at the Bluebird Theater.
People like the Soundwell here. That's a cool venue. That's good.
Yeah, New York's Bowery Ballroom, Pearl Street in Washington, D.C., the 24 Oxford and Vegas. So many cool
nice
venues I've heard of. And then culminating in a show in their hometown of El Paso, Texas at the Lowbrow Palace. But this is the band. It is called Late Night Drive Home. The song is Terabyte.
Get your camera ready to catch the delight as your family marvels at your magic touch.
Dr. Nelson, what about accidents?
And we've returned. Could you tell me who that is again so I could seek it out and find it myself?
I totally can. Yeah, that is a band called Late Night Drive Home. Their brand new album comes out June 27th. It's called As I Watch My Life Online. But that's the first single, which is great. And there's a video for it, too, if you want to check it out. It is called Terabyte.
I think I got Amy and Chuck into Deadmau5 while they were here. I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's for pound, it's my favorite electronic music and musician. And I was a little worried because, they've got very eclectic music tastes, Chuck and Amy do.
They do.
And I was like, are you going to like my, trancy freaking business? And it turns out I think they kind of liked it. So
they introduced me to a bunch of new bands during the trip out there. The 6-hour drive from Atlanta to Savannah does allow for a lot of great music getting passed around and shared between all the passengers, and so it was a great set of tunes. But
sure.
Yeah, if you watch the video, by the way, for this song from Late Night Drive Home, there's a whole verse about, basically it's talking about stuff online, stuff on the internet, and there's a whole verse about porn, and there's a lady dancing on a pole in the music video for this thing.
Nice. I'm gonna check it out.
Fully clothed. This is all, everybody's dressed.
Yeah,
in this
you're watching it on YouTube for heaven's sakes. They ain't got no
exactly.
porn.
But it's kind of funny. It's a funny video where all the things are happening on the internet in this person's room.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Nicole incoming. We're gonna add her to the call. Get her in here. Make it happen. See what she's been watching. See what we've been watching. I somehow managed to watch a thing. with everything else
Amazing.
going on. Well, that's not true because I did watch it before all hell broke loose, but it was
Before everything started.
Yeah.
But see, that's at least you watched it. So
it was
there you go.
it was freaking great. I can't wait to talk about it. We're ringing. We're seeing her thing ring. We're not getting the rings of speakage, however. That doesn't mean she's not there. It just means sometimes Mark needs to be yelled at. And she's still ringing the rings of ringage and didn't answer. All right, let's try this again. Here we go. Ring. Okay, we're ringing. I don't know.
We're starting earlier.
Yeah, we did, right? She got that.
Do so much.
Yeah, she saw it after I posted it because I saw her posting in there.
And put in her recommendal, which is a great one, by the way.
Yeah, I think so too. I want to hear about it. You watched that whole thing too, right? That she's going to talk about?
I did. I watched the whole thing, but then that thing that she's recommending is just a 1-episode deal, and it was so good.
It's like a documentary kind of. Well, I guess we'll learn. Oh, she's here. Great.
Learn.
Here we go then. Let's play this thing. Here we go.
Well, what do you recommend?
Hey, listen to that. That music means it's time for us to do recommendals with Nicole Spagnuolo, who is here. Hi, Nicole.
I am so sorry. I'm like trying to figure out, and Mark's like, did you forget about TMS? And I'm like, no. And he's like, they're calling you. And I'm like, it's not ringing.
Oh, yeah. So sometimes if your phone doesn't have, if it's set to silent at all, you're going to not hear that or see that or whatever.
Yeah.
So
are you in the parking lot of the Joanne Fabrics this week?
No, I'm in the parking lot of a hospital. Thank you very much.
Oh, I hope everything's okay. Everything all right at the hospital? You all right?
I just need to get my EKG done. I was supposed to do it in December, and I'm just now getting around to it. Oh, nice. And of course they're like, "We don't have your order," and I'm like, "Of course you don't, because the medical system is crazy."
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I'm just sitting in the parking lot, hoping that my neurologist will send the order so I can get this over with and off my to-do list.
Yeah, get that off your chest, literally. Get that EKG off your chest.
It was just a blip.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just saw a blip that she wanted a longer EKG, and I'm like, sure. I get it. Let's do it.
Yeah, you got to go after them blips,
I'm going to avoid it for 4 months, but I'll get it done.
Sure. Well, I'm glad that we have this brief time with you then to find out what cool things you saw.
Yes.
Let's get cranking and start with Brian and do your recommendal. Brian, what's your clip for your deal here?
This is a series that will surprise nobody that I started watching after something else that I had recently finished watching, and it'll be. I think they actually say the first word of the title of this show in this clip, so you'll have no problem knowing what it is.
You said you're afraid of losing us, and that's why we can't stay by your side. But it's my decision to fight, not Paku's and not yours.
Yeah. And do you think we came all the way here just to leave you on your own? Silly Avatar?
I don't know if I can protect you. You can't.
Yeah, and worrying about who will or won't get hurt, it's not just the Avatar who has to deal with that.
That's what it means to be a family. Kuru, Kuroku, Kiyoshi, they all said that I need to do this by myself. The Avatar must bear the burden alone. This is the past. Now, only one person can tell you the future. The person who will write the legend of Aang.
She means you. You got that right. Soot.
Fire Nation's here. Okay.
Time to fight.
Time to fight the Fire Nation.
Time to fight. Yes.
Yarr. Yeah.
Pretty obvious that is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and of course, since you can't see it, you just have to assume that as the live-action version that came out last year on Netflix, where they basically redo the first season of the animated series, The Last Airbender.
Do they make up for the movie?
Oh, I mean, the movie, the only person that should have to make up for that movie is M. Night Shyamalan. But this definitely.
No, I'm saying it's like instead of watching the movie.
Oh, gosh,
Instead of
yeah.
watching the movie, watch this.
For sure. Don't even for all intents and purposes, that movie does not exist except for when we eventually watch it for Film Sack. But until then, that movie does not exist.
Yeah.
It only exists in the back rooms.
Exactly. Right. Yes. Put that back in the Disney vault, even though it's not Disney. No, this is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the 2024 live action series. That is. It's really, really good. God, the production value on this is excellent. It goes darker than the animated series was able to do. And right from the beginning, right when you see kind of the first firebender attack on somebody, that it torches somebody. Like it's not, it knocked me back, but I'm okay. I'm just shaking up. No, this is like, yeah, exactly. No, this is not your animated airbender. But this is a series that totally relies on a story that's already established, which is great, which is already, it's already a known quantity, and the acting of its young stars, including Gordon Cormier as Aang, shaved his head for this and does a great job as Aang. The star of this really is Keo Teo. She's a Mohawk First Nations actress who plays Katara, and she is excellent in this. Really, really good. It also basically has the three biggest Asian actors from Lost: Daniel Day Kim, Ken Leung, and the guy who played Hanzo in Lost. They're all Fire Nations. They're all Fire Nations people all working together. So it's kind of funny that these three Lost actors are all in cahoots.
Isn't Paul? Because the guy I interviewed, freaking
Paul Sun Hyung Lee,
yes, Fire Nation,
Kim's Convenience,
yeah, that guy.
He's also Fire Nation. He's your Eero,
yeah,
and he is so good. Like the dude's fantastic, and he's so freaking amazing. Yeah. Kind of one of my favorite characters from the animated series. So he was somebody that I was really hoping they'd get right in this, and they do a great job with it. It's it's obviously they're taking, what is it, 20, how many episodes? I want to say it was 18 or 16 episodes of the animated series and boiling it down to 8 live action episodes. So they abbreviate some things, they combine some other things. You don't get as much of the secret tunnel people, but you do get them. It's a really fun series, and watching it directly, like immediately after I watched the final episode of the Avatar animated series, going right into this, I was kind of ready for just that continuation of being able to compare the two right away. And,
do you know if we're getting a second season, or are they done with this?
Yes, we're getting 2 more seasons. Seasons 2 and 3 have already been approved, so we are going to get the continuation of the story, and hopefully, I assume closure, since the animated series went for 3 seasons. This presumably will follow that path.
Yeah, I need to see. My daughter and her friend were a little bit dismissive of the series, and I think it's because they just hold the animated show in such regard that it's impossible.
I could totally see that. Yeah, as someone who is new to the whole thing, watching these back to back probably didn't give me as much of a separate love for the animated series as people who grew up watching that on Nickelodeon would have. So I can totally see.
They're going to be.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think I would too. I think I'd have a good time with it if I can just make some time to see it. But I thought, in my head, I thought somebody said cancellation, and I went, well, I'm not going to invest in it if it's not coming back. But if it is, that's great.
Yep. Yeah, Netflix even has that thing that says second and third season are coming. I love it when Netflix gives you like in the description of the show, it says season 2 coming soon. Like
I think they've probably done the research and know, like, if you don't tell me to get invested in, I don't want to get invested.
Like Scott said, if you go in and you're thinking that I'm only going to get 1 season, man, why do I want to watch something that's got a?
I'm still pissed about chaos and
I know that
Step
is
Brothers detective agency.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a show that I thought already had a season finale, a series finale, the show You. No, apparently he's got one more season coming. No idea. I thought Penn Badger. I thought the whole thing was done, but apparently not.
And you loved that, right? You were really into that.
I really did like that show, but it's not a like hate, but it's a like. It's not a character that you want to like because he's a dick. He's a murderous F-ball.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the charm. It's like Dexter without the charm, basically.
That's great.
But it is one of those shows where, ooh, I did a horrible thing. Let me cover it up by doing an even more horrible thing and just continue to ride that snowball down the mountain.
Yeah. Compounding the horribleness until you run out of horrible things to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is worth watching. 8 episodes. You'll fly right through them because they're compelling and they spared no expense on the special effects. Some of these giant water creatures, even just the look of water being bent in the show is so well done. It's abyss level special effects on the water effects.
Oh, that's cool. Those still hold up weirdly. Those abyss.
They really do. Yeah.
Surprised by that.
So
awesome. All right, there it is. Last Airbender live action edition on Netflix, available now. Nicole, let's go.
I don't know why it just called me again while I was in the call.
Oh yeah,
Discord did.
It just happens. That's weird.
What?
I don't know why.
That?
It's a mobile thing. I don't know why it does it. It happens to Wendy all the time. Do not feel bad. It's just weird.
Okay, because I'm sorry, I'm stuck in my car and I sound like I'm in a car.
No, actually, your audio sounds really good. Actually, in your car. So
good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. Well, tell us what you brought. I smell a little Lorne Michaels on what you brought. I'm not sure what it is.
If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm a big Saturday Night Live fan. Like, it's on my bucket list. Like, I really, 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 really. I don't even care if they have the worst guest ever. I don't even care if Paris Hilton hosted. I would still want to go.
Even if it's a sports celebrity, which is usually like the kiss of death for an episode.
I know it really is. I just want to go to experience a live. I don't know if I could stay up now because now I have this problem.
Nicole will be one of the not ready for bedtime players.
Is it still? I don't watch as much as I used to, but is it still some of the worst skits are later anyway? So it's not a big deal if you miss the end. Or?
I don't know. Sometimes there's some gems that get thrown in at the end.
But typically, whatever's after update is the
yeah. And apparently, there is, if you're watching it live, there is a small indication on whether or not it's going to be a really, really good show. Mm-hmm. Do you know what that is?
Ooh, no.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is?
No.
Is it the laughter you hear at the very beginning of the show before, like after the NBC announcement before? Okay.
Nope.
What is it?
So when they do the monologue, if it goes right into a skit, it's going to be a good show. If it goes right into a commercial, not going to be the best show.
Was it some kind of weird? That's like some bullshit, though, right? Like this isn't really.
I can't remember the last time that I saw the monologue go into a skit, though. It seems like for the last several years, it's gone right into.
Are you watching it? But are you watching it live? Are you watching it with commercials?
We're watching it live on actual terrestrial live TV usually.
Yeah. But that has been, and maybe it's not so much true now, but back when you couldn't watch it on streaming, that was your indication that you were going to have a really good show, a really funny show, is if they just rolled right into the skits.
Interesting. Okay. I had no idea.
Yes. Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
Never heard of that before. Wow.
So I have yet to watch the 50th anniversary episode because I'm kind of holding it. Like I want to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm saving it. And So there's a couple of other documentaries out that I'm watching before I watch that. And what I'm recommending, I actually thought it was just going to be some clips. And then I was like, oh, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah. And it turned out to be, I smiled the whole time watching it. Music, like you, Brian, is just part of. I'm not into music as much as you are, Brian, but I use music as therapy.
Sure.
And I hold music very, very dear to my soul and my healing and how I feel. And this documentary they did on the 50 years of music of SNL was just mind-blowing, because when a lot of times when you watch Saturday Night Live and you'll watch a musical guest and you're like, who the hell is this person?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't, and they haven't become famous yet, but SNL has a history of just knowing, not always, but most of the time, knowing when an artist is going to blow up. So
you get a lot of this is the first time we've ever seen this artist, and it's like they're just on the cusp of their greatness.
Right. It's amazing to watch. It gives me chills. I got the chills so many times watching this. My AMSR is triggered by music a lot of times, so I get my little brain bubbles. And so
I love it.
Isn't it ASMR? It's ASMR, right? Not AMSR. ASMR. I don't know what you said.
ASMR. ASMR.
It's AMS. Wait.
Isn't it?
ASMR. AMSR. Wait.
I think it's AMSR.
AMSR.
No, it is ASM. I'm sorry, it is
ASMR.
Yeah.
ASMR.
ASMR. Of course. I'm a little dyslexic too. Who cares?
Sensory meridian response as opposed to meridian sensory response.
There you go. Nailed it. All right. Well, let's play your clip. Let's see what we got here.
Play the
Enjoy. Yeah. Oops. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are so lucky tonight.
Carly, XCX,
Prince,
LL Cool J,
Adele, Public Enemy,
Bob Dylan,
Willie Nelson, Bad Bunny. Live from New York.
SNL has served as a time capsule through the decades for America.
To me, it was the most iconic American television show of all time.
You don't know what's going to happen until 11:30 p.m.
It's the tightrope walk. They want to see you dangle. They don't want to see you fall.
There you go. It's pretty manic there. I guess that's the point, though, right?
So at the beginning, they do a montage. Like, it is one of the best mix tapes of music I have probably ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was just, did you watch this, Brian?
I did. Oh, I did. And that opening, so it's all Questlove, right? Putting this whole thing together. And that
they?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
And it's this whole thing of like, it's the perfect mashup going from one thing to another, one song, and then merging these two bands. And you see both bands on the split screen. And then a third one comes in and one of them slides out. And it's all so perfectly synchronized into this amazing mashup. It is just that opening 5 minutes. I could not take my eyes off the screen.
And that's what I thought I was watching. And then they go into the documentary and they talk about how comedy is so close to music. And like, it just makes so much sense. And then when I love that they talked about the Ashley Simpson debacle.
Yes.
Like, I love that they talked about that. I love that they talked about
thing.
The Sinead O'Connor thing.
Yeah.
Like
getting to hear what's going on in the control room during all that stuff. Like, wait, play a tape. What's she doing? Play a tape. Oh, she's leaving the stage.
Elvis Costello went rogue. Oh crap! What do we do? Like, and kind of the lore and the history of certain bands, and I always see the stupid Facebook things where they're like, such and such, blah blah blah, will never be invited back on SNL, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And
Nope,
Elvis,
bullshit.
Elvis Costello was supposed to be one of those people, and he's been back tons.
Yeah, totally. I
And-
mean,
and-
I love how what's his face, Lorne Michaels says, "Yeah, we aren't so precious that we won't invite somebody back. We're kind of desperate for good acts. So if Elvis Costello wanted to come back, he could come back."
Which is
So
and just how-
is Lorne featured quite a bit in this thing?
He is.
He is
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. You have Jimmy Fallon. You have
Adam Sandler talking
Bill
about
Hader, Adam Sandler and his
Hanukkah
music,
song. Yeah.
and how the SNL actors. Eddie Murphy is in it talking about the hot tub. I'm going to get in hot tub.
Yes, right. Eddie Murphy, James Brown, hot tub. Yeah.
It's just so good. And I know that there are a lot of people who are like, SNL. It's past its prime. No, it's not.
No.
It is a product of its time. And if you watch this, it shows how it evolves. And they talk about having the very first hip hop act on SNL. Like, it's just amazing. I can't recommend it enough. Especially if you enjoy music.
That mosh pit, the
fear,
right? Fear and like the mosh pit, like it's freaking mayhem in that studio. Yeah,
and the lore that went out with that and how it wasn't true, and just I
Rage
just
Against the Machine, and then
oh my
them
God,
hanging the
Rage
upside down
Against
American flag on a drum kit, and them telling them not to. It's great. It's really
They
good.
booked Rage Against the Machine with Steve Forbes,
Right.
which is like,
yeah.
But didn't they?
What
didn't
are
he
you
get?
thinking?
They got banned, right? Rage did for something. Did I read that somewhere?
They got told.
I don't think.
Yeah,
they got kicked out. They got kicked out.
But again, I probably think Lord would probably welcome them back again. You know, if they wanted to come back.
Totally.
Interesting.
But what a bad pairing. Let's put Rage Against the Machine with the Machine.
Right.
Forbes was running for president. He's like a billionaire, whatever. Like,
it's a great idea.
God,
I love it.
It was just, well, if you wanted to make something happen, yeah. And they were trying to make something happen, but SNL was like, no. It's wonderful. I just love SNL. And like I said, it's on my bucket list to go to New York City and just watch and be there. I just want to be in that studio and watch it live. That and Price is Right.
You want to be in the studio for Price is Right taping?
Those are my two bucket lists. I kind of got the Price is Right when they traveled through town and they had like a little knockoff one, and I got to spin the wheel, a little tiny wheel.
Did you really? How big? Wait. How big was the wheel you got to spin? I gotta know.
Yeah.
I mean, it had
were
to be
you taller
portable.
than the wheel?
No. I wasn't taller than the wheel, but it definitely was smaller than the one they have on the real show.
Sure. Oh,
And
man.
I still had fun, but that's probably as close as I'm going to get to being on Price is Right. I probably have more of a chance of going and seeing SNL than I do to be on Price is Right. but those are but my next one, so they have another documentary that I started watching as Tracy Morgan. I'm going to tell you everything. And I'm like, okay, I got to watch this later because this is going to be a good one. It's like a 4-part series.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
So
yeah, the fourth
SNL.
one. Holy cow! The fourth one is about the weird dark times of SNL, the weird season of SNL. Oh,
yes,
it's
the
great.
weird. I can't believe. Yeah, that they didn't get canceled, but they almost got canceled.
Yeah.
This all Peacock, by the way. Peacock is where all this is.
It's all on Peacock. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is on Peacock. Yeah.
Okay.
Peacock.
So yeah, I assume so. I assume NBC Universal will forever own that all, right? They're never going to not own that.
Yeah. It's not going to go anywhere. Scott, do you like SNL?
Yeah, I do a lot. I haven't. Most recent seasons have not compelled me really much at all. But the long history of being an SNL fan, my height years would have been probably late high school, early college, where I couldn't get enough.
Bill Hartman, Dana Carvey.
Yeah, that whole era in there where I couldn't get enough of it. I loved it.
So Dana Carvey and David Spade do a podcast.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Brian listens to it. You still listen, Brian? You still listen to that show?
It's gotten, I do. I still do. I basically pick and choose which guest I want to hear, but they've really figured out how to actually let the guests talk, which they didn't do in the first several.
Gotcha. They had a lot to say.
Shows. Yeah, but boy, their interview with John Mulaney, fantastic, and nothing was off the table as far as the stuff they could talk about. Their interview with Bobby Moynihan was great. Austin Taylor Johnson was great.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
They're doing
the
good.
poor writers.
James Johnson? I can't remember the guy's middle name, but yeah.
Because I get the sense that those writers get stuff stolen from them like constantly.
Sure.
Like they come up with an idea and then somebody else just kind of takes it and runs with it, and it's like, hey, that was my idea. But that's the cutthroat nature. I think that's what that 4-part series goes into and talks about the writers and just how it's such a cutthroat kind of experience to work at Saturday Night Live. But it's like, I mean, it's what's his name from Seinfeld? I was going to say George Costanza.
Jason Alexander.
No, Larry David.
Oh, Larry David. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a writer for SNL for a period of time, and he hated it so much.
Yeah, there's a long list of people who are in and out of there. Yeah.
I think he quit and then just came back. And that's where that episode where George quits and then just comes back as if he didn't quit. I think that was from Larry David's experience at SNL.
No, 100% is. He talked, Jason Alexander, I heard an interview on his show. He's got a podcast too, and he tells that story.
Everybody
says
has
it was based on Larry David leaving and coming back and pretending like he never left, and it kind of worked.
Yeah.
Which is nuts to think about because he totally had a blowout when he left and then came back like it didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, go get your Peacock on.
That's definitely my recommendation. I'm going to give a side recommendation. I introduced my son to Billy Madison, and he was like very like, what the hell is this? And then as soon as like the fart joke started, then he started laughing. And then I noticed my husband watching it, and I was like, wait, have you not seen Billy Madison? He goes, no. I go, what?
Oh, wow.
So both Mark and Mateo got to experience Billy Madison, and I love it. I love Billy Madison. It's crude. It's stupid. It's funny. I'm a big Adam Sandler fan, so
Sure.
There's not much he can do wrong for me. But I know a lot of people are like, ugh, but whatever. Everybody, don't yuck my yum. I won't yuck your yum. It's okay. But I if you haven't watched Billy Madison, it holds up. It's funny. It's I was gonna cuss, but no, it's very funny. So,
You can drop all the shit you want on this show. It's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Really give a shit.
no, my recent is an I'm F-bombing like crazy because so what I've found is that once I do my infusions, it takes around 5-ish days, and then I just feel amazing. And so I'm in that really good feeling part of
It reminds me when you and I used to play. We used to play Call of Duty 2 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and it was me, you, Mark, Eric, and sometimes Liam. And you've never heard a cussier person than Nicole playing that game. I've never heard swearing like that. It was like Tarantino was writing the lyrics or something. It was nuts.
I'm a Midwest rural Missouri girl.
Yep.
Take
that, Midwest girls.
And it's just who I am, and it's just I try to tone it down, and so I'll say, "Oh, the F word," or I'll try to I try to be more cognizant of my cussing, but it sometimes slips out. So
yeah.
Apparently, I'm intelligent. According to studies,
right?
Yeah.
Smart people cuss.
Yeah, good. Smart people cuss. It also helps with pain. You're supposed to scream out swear words when you're hurting, and it's supposed to help with the pain. Yeah.
Oh,
these are all proved things.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right. Well, cool. We'll get it. Peacock now. All the SNL you can eat. The music one in particular. So watch for that.
Much.
All right. Here's what I watched. The thing that I cannot believe I missed the first time because it's right up my alley. I'm annoyed it took me so long. I love the director. I love the writer, and same guy. But I love the actors. I love everything about it, and of course, I loved it. So here it is, and we'll talk about it.
Hey there, Mildred. You didn't happen to pay a visit to the dentist today, did you?
No.
Huh?
I said no.
Oh, so it wasn't you who drilled a little hole in one of Big Fat Jeffrey's big fat thumbnails, no?
Of course not.
Huh?
I said, of course not. You drilled a hole in the dentist? Denise, no, I didn't.
I thought it was kind of funny myself, but he wants to press charges, so we're going to have to bring you in, I'm afraid.
All right. Clearly, that's Woody Harrelson, if you hadn't figured it out. Yeah. This is three. Go ahead. What do you think? You want to guess?
Three billboards in Missouri, right?
Yep, 3 billboards in Missouri.
Close. You're so close. It's 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Is the full name of the thing?
I knew it was in Missouri.
Yeah, I know. You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah,
it's your home state.
That's true.
Yeah, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, written and directed by Martin McDonagh, who you know from what's the recent Irish one? I always forget the name of
Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, Banshees of Inisherin. He did 7 Psychopaths, which is another great, more American-focused one that he did. Famous for
that is a good one.
I love that movie. It's great at really everything. In Bruges is still one of my all-timers. Like
so good,
such a great movie. And anytime he makes anything, I usually just jump. And for whatever reason, this just missed me, and I don't know why. I just couldn't get around to it. I think it won. She won Best Actress. The movie was up for Best Picture. I don't think it won in 2017 though. Something else beat it. But all the awards were getting thrown at this thing, and I think Sam Rockwell got a Best Supporting, didn't he? I think he did.
Yes.
I think that's right. Anyway, it was obvious. It was obviously
being on stage, and it would have been for this. Yeah,
and he had his head was all shaved for some reason, some role he was in, and everybody was like, "Why is his head shaved?" I just remember all this for some reason. But anyway, I really liked this movie, and there's a bunch of reasons why I liked it. But the biggest, I think, is like Inisherin in particular, it somehow manages to be tragic and funny at the same time. And I think that's hard.
Oh, really? I just thought it was going to be depressing.
No. I would argue this is worth seeing because you'll hear some of the subject matter, some of the reasons that Frances McDormand's character is motivated to do what she does. And I don't want to get into spoilers, but you'll hear her reasoning and be like, man, that's the most tragic story. That's horrible. But then somehow this cast of characters and where everybody kind of ends up also makes you laugh a lot and smile a lot, and also change your mind on certain characters. There's certain characters you think are a certain way, and then later you kind of soften on them a little bit. There's a scene I think is kind of famous, but first time I saw it, where I don't want to give anything away, but it's a very vulnerable scene for Woody Harrelson's character and Frances McDormand, because they're kind of in a very opposition conversation, and it's very heated and very turning point kind of anger, and then something happens. Again, don't want to spoil it because it's a meaningful moment, and everything changes. How you react to the people in the scene and how they react to each other, and it's just such a great reminder of how complicated humanity is. And I didn't know any of this was in here. I just thought it was going to be quirky, small town goofballs or whatever. But everybody's great. Sam Rockwell puts in one of his best performances, if not his best. He's always good, so it doesn't really matter. He's never bad. Harrelson
What's
is
the
great.
town? What's the town again? Ewing.
Ebbing.
Ebbing.
Yeah, Ebbing. I don't know if it's a real town or not. I never checked. Is it a real town?
No, it's based off a real story.
Oh, okay, so it might be all that stuff may be based on real stuff. I don't know, but there's like some interesting side characters in this. People like Lucas Hedges, Abby Cornish show up in this. Some people are having their star rise a little bit. The guy that really blew me away is the guy that played Red Webley, played by Caleb Landry Jones. I'd never even heard of this dude before. Now I want to see anything he's in because he's the dude that sells advertising in the town, and reminded me a lot of who's the redhead? From
played Stephen Hawking.
It is a fictional. It is a fictional town.
Oh,
Sorry.
it is? Okay. It may still be based on a real story, but who am I thinking? The guy played. He was
Hawking, right?
No, not him. Although that's a good call too. It's the one. The one I'm thinking of is from The Mask, and he was the original Marty McFly. Eric Stoltz. It's like a really young Eric Stoltz, like fiery redhead, very interesting actor to watch. He blew my mind in this. Kind of nobody's wasted. Zekio Ivanek, this actor you've seen in everything, always. Like he's always in everything you've ever seen, especially government things. Let me scroll this down. Oh, there he is. That dude.
Oh yeah.
He's great. Very different role for him. He's finally not in the CIA or, top government position. Peter Dinklage plays the most unusual role I've ever seen him in. Like everybody's in this, including Napoleon Dynamite's grandma's in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Noticed her right away. Yeah, Tina's in this.
Goofy Tina.
Tina's the alpaca or the
Goofy Tina.
The one that says, I guess somebody said, we're all out of steaks and milk or whatever. She had to go buy steaks. Anyway, she's fantastic in this.
Quesadilla.
Oh my God.
It's so good. This movie is so good. And I knew I was going into a good movie. It clearly had all the accolades it needed. I just was so slow to get around to it. It's on Hulu. So I was like, all right, I got that. Let's do it. And I loved it.
Isn't anymore because I just checked Hulu and I couldn't find it.
No.
It might have just left. So you might actually have to switch to
let me take a quick look.
rental on Amazon Prime.
Because realgood.com
So
had it yesterday. Now I'm annoyed. I guess it probably left on the first. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Here's why I thought Ebbing, Missouri was a real town, because this is the kind of crap that would happen where I grew up. Like, seriously, police are corrupt, or they're sort of corrupt, or like just weird local stuff happens, and it's like, well, how do you force someone to face something? And I'm like, you know what? I totally see this actually happening in Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were trying to capture.
I thought it was real.
Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to capture, and they do a really, really good job of doing it.
I take that back. It's funny, when I did a search a minute ago, I wasn't finding. I went to both Hulu and Disney Plus, and I wasn't finding it. But when I search in Google and say 3 Billboards streaming, it tries to direct me to.
So does Real Good and Watch Now. But when I go to Hulu directly, Hulu.com, and search, it's now gone. It's gone now. So
okay. So it's just the cache.
Those services, they don't do it. They have to do that all manually. So they have to never. You know what? Never trust Just Watch or Real Good on the first of any month. For that day. Don't trust it.
Oh, right. Good point. I forgot that we're in April 2nd, so that was probably a March 31st.
Yeah. I feel bad though, because I was hoping it would stay. It's really good. Really loved it.
I was seeing if it was on Amazon Prime.
It is, but it's rent.
No,
it's for rent.
You got to rent it.
Well, I recommend renting it.
I really do.
It's worth it. Rent it.
I do really hate how, especially Netflix will keep the page of the show. So my daughter is a Glitter Force fanatic, and they've had Glitter Force.
Don't know what that is.
Okay, it's an anime. It's Japanese anime, and she loves it so much. And she's like, she had watched it a few years ago, and then she, for whatever reason, thought of it again, and she's trying to explain it to me. She couldn't remember the name, and so I'm like, I don't know are you sure this is not Sailor Moon? No, not Sailor Moon. So I used ChatGPT to put in how she was describing it to me. And it told me it was Glitter Force. And I found it on Netflix, and she's like, yes, that's it.
Yeah, it's really good at doing that.
They took it off. They took it off in November, and she was just so sad. She's like, but it's there. It's right there. And I'm like, it's just a placeholder.
You should get her. You should get her like a Crunchyroll sub or something. She probably like that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not there either. We've looked everywhere for it. We've looked everywhere for it.
There's probably a complex way to get it. Complex.
That's what you need to get. Get her a complex connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a Glitter Force is the U.S. version of the Japanese, which I can't remember at this time what it was called, but she just loves it so much. But I hate that these companies kind of set up these pages and just let them be, even when the thing is not there.
Yeah.
Well, so it's frustrating.
I get it. Well, I hope her Glitter Force dreams come true sooner than later. That's what I want.
I do too.
Well, that's going to do it for today. Now, look, all this stuff we talked about, it's all going to be linked up at quicktms.li. Brian's already done it, so you have no excuse except for Ebbing, Missouri, which you may have to rent to see. That's a bummer.
Hey,
yes.
Do the Amazon delayed delivery, and they'll give you digital dollars, and then you can just rent it that way.
Oh yeah,
I forget about
I don't do that enough. I get too impatient and go, no, I would like it today by 5.
No, don't be impatient. Just say, yeah, sure, I can do.
I'm never buying something on Amazon saying I'm going to need this in several days. No, I need it now.
Yeah, I don't order anything,
and I want it now, Daddy.
Yeah, I want it in my hand right now.
Yeah.
Oh, great. We're a bunch of.
They give you like $2 or $3, and then you can rent your movie, and it's free.
No, it's a good idea. Actually, I need to do that more because there are certainly things I don't care about getting next day.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Well, we're going to take that to heart. Nicole Spag, have a fantastic EKG while you're in there. And
thank you. I'm hoping I have an email from my neurologist, but if not, I'm just going to go back to work.
Well, there you have it. Tell Mark, yell at Mark for something. We just love doing that. We'll see you later. Oh, there she goes. All righty. We've done it, Brian. We've gotten to the end of this here show, and I got some stuff I'll save for tomorrow, but I do want to mention this. There's some Zune love from Michael. It's a little
good. All right.
file I want to play, so let's hear what he has to say about the Zune. Hey. Whoops, that's the wrong. That's That's many billboards in Ebbing, Missouri. Hold on. Here we go.
Hey, so I'm gonna just wanted to give some Zune love here because I discovered you guys while listening to my Zune back in 2010. So you have one listener because of that product. How do you feel about that? Love the show though. Love the hobo. You know what I miss? And a caveman.
And a caveman. Well, let me tell you something. First of all, it sounds like you're still talking into a first run Model 1 Zune. That's not the best phone quality I've ever heard. However,
did that come through our new deal?
It did. It did. And it wasn't great. That's usually a sign that your phone is either older or you got your mic all mushed up in your clothes or something, or who knows where that was.
Or you're talking into something that you think is the microphone, but it isn't.
Could be that. But anyway, I mean, I've never heard anyone say, "Hey, I discovered you via Zune," the Zune podcast marketplace.
Did somebody squirt our show to you?
Yeah. If not, take this squirt. We love that you're here and glad that you can still get the show. However you get it now, on whatever that janky box is you recorded this on. But it's good to have you here, Michael. Thank you for that. If you'd like to be like Michael, go ahead.
Do you have the Andy Caveman clip for him?
Oh, yeah, sure. You know what? That's a great idea. Caveman. Whoops. Not in the main list. So let's find it over here. It's all right. We have a backup plan. Caveman. Okay. How about we sub-search that? Okay, here we and a caveman. Here we go.
And a caveman.
There you go. Perfect. Do you want to hear the whole? Listen to the whole thing.
A 60-ton dinosaur tamed by a small boy and a caveman.
It's funny to hear that.
I love it because it just sounds like such an afterthought. Like, and a caveman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. There's a caveman there. Anyway, we appreciate you guys sending those. Voicecast.app/TMS. Our website is frogpants.com/TMS. And that is going to do it for today's program. Tomorrow, brand new stuff. Thursday, Wendy should be home. Well, I know she's home. She got home this morning or late last night, midnight, something like that. So she'll be here, and we'll talk about whatever we're going to talk about and more. So come back then. Brian, anything else you want to mention before we get out?
Nothing. Just a couple people reached out to me about my grandmother. Thank you very much. You guys are all the most wonderful people on the internet. So thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah, and we'll let you know. There may be, when funerals come up and what time that'll be and all that. We'll let you guys know so we give you plenty of notice when shows get bumped or anything like that. So
exactly. Yep.
And last minute request: if you haven't done it, today is the day that I'm going to determine how much swag only I'm going to put up on the store.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool.
So get your tickets today. If you've been holding off and you're still coming to Vegas, do it today to TMS Vegas. You got 3.5 weeks for this freaking event. Because today's the day. And then I will put up, for those who have been waiting around for swag only, that'll be happening very soon. So watch for that. Okay.
Cool. All right. Good. Let's get to a request. This one is going out to Scott W., who goes by Chef Omen on the rare occasion that he's able to listen live. It says, you can play this anytime. I just thought it was an awesome cover and wanted to share. Cheers. P.S. Someday you'll play a Kit Boga cover. There's a legit cover of This Little Light of Mine that is genuinely good and actually uplifting. At this point now, I feel like it's a streak that I'm going to maintain by not playing a Kit Boga cover. So
nice.
Yeah. So sorry, Talia.
Yeah.
Anyway. Here you go. This is a cover of Lady Gaga's Bad Romance, or covered by Lord of the Lost from the album Beside and Beyond. These guys look like if Dead or Alive was still performing in a band today, which they might actually be, but that's what these guys look like. Here they are, Lord of the Lost and Bad Romance.
Those pants are made for frogging, if you know what I mean. I actually don't. Frogpants.com.
Do you mind? I'm trying to sit here.
Jeez, Hank, you were loud.